So you're thinking about getting a Subaru, but can't decide if the bigger Outback is worth the extra cash over the Crosstrek for 2026. One starts at 27 grand with solid power, the other jumps to 36K but packs way more room. Stick around because by the end, you'll know exactly which one fits your daily drive. Alright, let's jump right in. Today I'm breaking down the 2026 Subaru Outback versus the 2026 Subaru Crosstrek. Two super popular all-wheel drive options from Subaru that a ton of people are eyeing for everything from city commutes to weekend trail runs. Both come with that signature Subaru Symmetrical all-wheel drive, which means great grip on slippery roads or light off-roading without you having to think twice. The Outback's been around forever as this wagon-like SUV that's perfect for families or anyone hauling gear, while the Crosstrek is more of a compact crossover that's nimble and easier on the wallet. We'll go through this step by step, looking at prices, engines, how they drive, sizes, insights outside, safety stuff, and more, all based on US specs so you get the real deal. If you're shopping, this should clear up if you need the extra space, or if saving money makes more sense. First up, let's talk prices and trims because that's usually where people start. How much is this going to cost me? For the 2026 Crosstrek, it kicks off at a base MSRP of $26,995 for the entry-level model, plus destination fees around $1,400, which is pretty affordable for what you get. They have a bunch of trims, the base one, then premium at $27,995 MSRP, Sport around $29,000, Limited pushing towards $31,000, and the Rugged Wilderness at about $33,795 MSRP. There's also a new hybrid version for 2026, starting higher around $33,995 MSRP for the Sport Hybrid and $34,995 for the Limited Hybrid. Overall, you can get into a Crosstrek for under 30 grand easily, and even the top ones don't break the bank too bad. Now the Outback, it's a step up in price right from the get-go. There's no base trim below premium. The premium starts at $34,995 MSRP, around $36,445 including destination, and it goes up from there. Limited around $41,715 MSRP, Touring around $45,395 MSRP, and the Turbo XT versions or Wilderness hitting $45,000 to $49,445 at the top. No hybrid for the Outback in 2026, so it's all gas engines. Basically, you're looking at a $10,000 difference at the low end, which could buy you a lot of gas or extras. If you're on a budget, Crosstrek wins hands down, but if you want more features standard, Outback might feel like better value in the long run. Think about it, for that extra dough, you're getting a bigger vehicle, but is it worth it? We'll see as we go. Okay, moving to engines and performance because this is where they start to differ in how they feel on the road. Both use Subaru's flat boxer engines, which are known for being smooth and low to the ground for better handling. For the 2026 Crosstrek, they've upgraded the base engine, no more wimpy 152 horsepower setup from older years. Now it's a 2.5-liter four-cylinder boxer, making 182 horsepower and 178 pound-feet of torque across most trims. That's a nice bump, so it feels peppy enough for highway merges or passing slower cars. The Wilderness trim sticks with that, but if you go for the new hybrid, it's the same 2.5-liter gas engine paired with two electric motors, bumping total output to 194 horsepower. Not a ton more, but the electric assist makes it quicker off the line and smoother in stop-and-go traffic. All Crosstreks come with a continuously variable transmission or CVT, which is automatic and shifts seamlessly, though some people say it feels a bit rubbery under hard acceleration. 0 to 60 miles per hour, expect around 8 to 9 seconds for the non-hybrid, maybe a hair quicker with the hybrid's electric kick. Towing is 1,500 pounds standard, but the Wilderness ups it to 3,500 pounds, which is enough for a small trailer or jet ski. Now the Outback, the 2026 Outback, it shares that base 2.5-liter engine with 182 horsepower and 178 torque in the lower trims like Premium, Limited, and Touring, but if you step up to the XT versions or Wilderness, you get a turbo 2.4-liter boxer pumping out 260 horsepower and 277 pound-feet of torque. That's a huge difference, like it feels way more powerful for towing or climbing hills. 0 to 60 is around 6 seconds with the turbo versus maybe 9 seconds with the base engine. Towing jumps to 2,700 pounds on the base engine and 3,500 on the turbo ones. Both have the CVT transmission and all-wheel drive as standard, of course. So if you need real grunt for heavy loads or faster acceleration, Outback's turbo option blows the Crosstrek away, but the Crosstrek's lighter weight makes it feel more agile in tight spots. Picture this, driving the Crosstrek through city streets, it's zippy and easy to maneuver, like dodging potholes without a sweat. The Outback, being bigger, feels more planted on highways, but might need more effort in parking lots. And don't forget the hybrid Crosstrek adds that eco-twist, which the Outback doesn't have yet. Next, fuel economy. Nobody wants to stop at the pump every day. The Crosstrek shines here because it's smaller and lighter. With the 2.5-liter engine, you're looking at EPA estimates of 26 miles in the city and 33 on the highway for most trims. That's pretty good for an all-wheel drive SUV, meaning you could go over 500 miles on a full 16.6-gallon tank without refilling. The wilderness drops a bit at 25 city and 29 highway because of the bigger tires and higher ride, but still solid. Now the hybrid, that's where it gets better, up to 38% more efficient in city driving with a combined EPA estimate around 36 mpg and a total range pushing 597 miles. It's not a full plug-in, but the electric motors help save gas in traffic. Over to the Outback, the base 2.5-liter gets 25 city and 31 highway, which is close but a tad worse than the Crosstrek because of the extra size and weight. The turbo 2.4-liter, that dips to 22 city and 29 highway, or even 21-26 for the wilderness. Tank is bigger at 18.5 gallons, so range is still over 500 miles, but you'll fill up more often if you drive a lot. If gas prices are high where you live, the Crosstrek, especially the hybrid, could save you hundreds a year. Imagine commuting 30 miles a day, the Crosstrek might sip less fuel, leaving more money for coffee runs. Now, dimensions and size. This is a big separator. The Crosstrek is compact, measuring about 176.4 inches long, 70.9 inches wide, and 62.8 to 63.6 inches tall depending on the trim. Wheelbase is 105.1 inches and weighs around 3277 to 3369 pounds curb weight. It's easy to park in tight urban spots or garages, and the turning radius feels tight for quick U-turns. Ground clearance is 8.7 inches standard, 9.5 on the wilderness for better rock hopping. The Outback, it's midsize, so longer at 192.3 inches long, wider at 75.8 inches tall, and 68.1 inches tall with a 108.1-inch wheelbase. Weight starts at 3741 pounds and goes up. That extra length means a smoother ride over bumps, but it's harder to squeeze into small parking spaces. Ground clearance matches at 8.7 standard, 9.5 on the wilderness. If you have a small driveway or live in a crowded city, Crosstrek's size is a win.
Speaking of inside space, let's hit interior comfort. Both seat 5 people, but the Outback gives more room to stretch. Passenger volume is up to 109 cubic feet in the Outback versus 100.5 in Crosstrek. Front legroom is similar at about 42.8 to 42.9 inches, but rear legroom is 39.5 in Outback compared to 36.5 in Crosstrek. That's noticeable if you have tall teens or adults in back. Headroom is also better in Outback, 40.1 front and 39.1 rear versus 39.8 and 38.0 in Crosstrek. Seats are comfy in both, with options for heated front standard on higher trims and ventilated on top Outback models. The Crosstrek feels cozy like a hatchback on stilts with cloth or synthetic leather that's easy to clean. Outback ups it with available Napa leather, power-adjustable seats with memory, and heated rear seats standard unlimited and up. If you're carrying passengers often, Outback's extra space means less complaining on long drives. Crosstrek is fine for short trips or solo use. Cargo capacity is another area where Outback dominates. With seats up, Outback has 34.6 cubic feet behind the rear seats, expanding to 76.6 cubic feet when folded flat. That's huge for groceries, bikes, or camping gear. The Crosstrek, 20.8 cubic feet behind seats, max 54.9 folded. Still decent for a compact, but you'll pack lighter. Both have 60/40 split rear seats and roof rails for extra storage like kayaks. If you shop at big box stores or haul sports equipment, Outback's the clear choice. Imagine loading up for a weekend getaway without playing Tetris with your stuff. Exterior design. Both have that rugged Subaru look with black cladding and LED headlights. The Crosstrek is boxier and cuter like a mini Outback with colors like offshore blue or alpine green. Wheels range from 17-inch on base to 18-inch alloy on higher trims, and Wilderness adds all-terrain tires and orange accents for a tough vibe. The Outback looks more wagonish, longer, and sleeker, with options for 18 or 19-inch wheels, chrome accents on Touring, or matte black on Wilderness with skid plates. Colors include crimson red or magnetite gray. Crosstrek feels youthful and fun, Outback more mature and adventure-ready. Small details like power folding mirrors on Outback Touring add convenience. Crosstrek has a clean cabin with dual 7-inch screens on base or 11.6-inch touchscreen on Premium and Up, supporting wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Navigation optional unlimited. Outback starts with similar but 11.6 inches standard on Premium Plus with Harman Kardon audio available. Both have keyless entry, push-button start, and all-weather mats. Outback adds things like wireless charging standard on Limited, power moonroof, and more USB ports. Crosstrek Hybrid gets unique gauges for battery info. If tech matters, they're close, but Outback feels more premium. Both have Subaru Starlink for connected services like remote start via app. Crosstrek's infotainment is responsive, Outback's similar but with more options like surround view camera on higher trims. Safety features are strong on both, with standard EyeSight including adaptive cruise, lane keep, and auto braking. Both have blind spot detection, rear cross traffic alert on higher trims. Outback adds driver-focused distraction monitoring on some and reverse auto braking. Crash tests both get top IHSS and NHTSA ratings usually. No big differences, but Outback's size might feel safer in a collision. Off-road capability, Symmetrical AWD and X mode for traction in snow or mud on both. Crosstrek Wilderness with 9.3 inches clearance and Yokohama tires handles light trails well. Outback Wilderness with 9.5 inches, turbo power and skid plates goes further on rough stuff. Standard models are fine for gravel roads. Wrapping this up, the 2026 Crosstrek is your pick if you want something affordable, efficient, and easy to drive daily. Great for singles, young families, or city folks, starting at $27K with that new 182 horsepower engine and optional hybrid. But if you need more power, space, and towing, the Outback at $36K plus delivers with its turbo option and huge cargo area, ideal for bigger families or serious adventurers. Depends on your needs. Test drive both to feel the difference. Subscribe for more car comparisons like this.